Hey, hello friends. Welcome back to Blue Pig Reviews, Library Book Bar. Number 2, the Prescription Julep, Kentucky Derby season. Definitely going to run into the Prescription Julep. Some say the Prescription Julep predates the current mint julep that we do with bourbon because it uses original cognac. So let's get that on the table just in case you want to change up the game. So what you're going to need is a good cognac. This one I'm going to use the Remy Martin VSOP and a good rye whiskey. I'm going to use Sazerac, mint, and of course a rich simple syrup, 2-to-1 sugar, 1 part water. Boil it until it's dissolved, let it cool, and that's your syrup. You can either do it with Demerara or with your favorite white sugar, and it'll do just fine. Let's build it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do this in a shaking tin. You need a shaking tin full of ice, another cup, and you're going to need 6 to 8 mint leaves, fresh mint leaves. 1, 2, yeah, no, I can count, right? 3, that's going to count as 2, is 4, 5, 6. 6 is probably sufficient. I'm going to do 8 just because I love mint. I love mint, so I'm going to do that. Never put the stems in, just the leaves. If not, the stems kind of make it bitter. Next, we're going to need our rich simple syrup. And here we're going to need about either a 1/2 ounce to 3/4 ounce. I'm going to go with a 1/2 ounce on this one. A lot of times I go with 3/4 because I prefer it a little sweeter, especially if the Derby cup is big. But we'll go with a 1/2, and we'll go with a 1/2 ounce of rye whiskey, Sazerac. We're going to do that. Get that in there. Sazerac in there. We'll have Sazerac rye. This is 100 proof Sazerac rye instead of the regular 90 proof. They even have a barrel proof. I'm doing the 100 so that it kicks through, get a little more flavor. I'm going to go with our Remy Martin VSOP because you deserve better, so we should definitely do VSOP. And this is going to be 1.5 ounces. Get that in there. Put that aside. All right. That being said, I'm going to get that into our mixing tin. Give that a shake for about 20 seconds. Our shaking will muddle the mint into the drink. Going crazy. I'm shaking everywhere, right? Around the world. On your back, one-handed. Take it for a time. All right. Pop it out. And, of course, we need our Hawthorne strainer. And we've got to grab our fine strainer, which is in the cabinet down here. Got it. Sorry about that. Forgot to put our fine strainer. And we got to get our Derby cup, which is refrigerated here. And the Derby cups, you can find these at Amazon if you don't have them, if you can't find them around. And what you're going to do before you pour your stuff in there, you're going to take a 1/2 ounce of your crushed ice. And I crush ice in a Lewis bag. You simply put the ice cubes in there. You grab one of these big hammers, you beat it so it's nice and crushed, and that'll work. So we're going to double strain our cocktail into there. Yeah. You're definitely going to get mint parts in there. A little bit of mint leaf is definitely a quart in there. Put that aside. Okay. And then we're going to top that off with the additional ice. There's ice everywhere. It's snowing in here. This way, make a little cone. Yeah. And we get a nice sprig of mint. If I can manage to get one out of this pile of mint. You know, your stores are probably packed with mint now. It's spring and Derby season. There's lots of them. There you have it. Prescription Julep. Get this cup out of our way. Give this a good taste. Oh, yeah. And that is fabulous. And the reason that's fabulous in part is you get the menthol and fruity notes from the Remy Martin. And then you have a little tiny back end spice from the Sazerac rye. I love that. I love that all the way around. And like I always say, if it tastes good, then you're drinking good, and it's all good. And the prescription julep is definitely all good. Cheers and good pouring. Time to make like a horse and run for the win. As long as I'm holding this, I'm definitely winning.